your best listening experience for creating your best online business. We'll focus on topics that help you get discovered. So sit back, listen, take notes if you like, and get excited about growing your business.
Imagine, it is October 15th.
Right.
A parent wakes up in a sudden cold sweat.
Oh.
Yeah, they're staring at the ceiling, and this horrifying realization just washes over them. They have absolutely zero updated photos for the family holiday card.
Panic sets in.
Exactly. They
Right.
grab their phone, open a browser, and start frantically typing. But see, that specific moment of sheer consumer panic, that is actually the most valuable commodity in your entire business year.
It really is. That moment of panic you described is the perfect entry point.
Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we are exploring a June 2026 guide from the PhotoBiz Growth Hub. And on paper, it is all about planning seasonal content specifically, capitalizing on the massive fall rush for photographers.
But the core mission here is much bigger than just photography.
Right. We are looking at how any professional, whether you are a consultant, a baker, or a designer, can anticipate seasonal demand, answer client questions before they are even asked, and leverage AI tools to scale marketing. And do it without sounding like a robot.
Because the underlying mechanics of how consumer demand ebbs and flows, well, that is a universal concept. We're essentially looking at a blueprint for anticipating human behavior.
Okay, let's unpack this. Because for photographers, fall is not just about pumpkin spice lattes and cozy sweaters. It is an absolute frenzy.
Oh yeah, totally chaotic.
It is one of the busiest, most valuable seasons of the year. You have families realizing they need those holiday portraits. High school seniors need their photos done. Couples are planning fall weddings, and, small businesses are desperately trying to prep their own end-of-year promos.
All at the same time.
Exactly. It is a perfect storm of urgent, competing needs all colliding in the same 3-month window.
What's fascinating here is the underlying engine driving all of this. It connects to insights from search engine land regarding what they call seasonal SEO.
Right, seasonal SEO.
Yeah, which is simply aligning your digital content with specific demand cycles. The fundamental truth of search engine optimization is that people search for entirely different things depending on what page of the calendar we are on.
That makes sense.
The queries change. The urgency changes. I mean, back in July, nobody was frantically Googling holiday card photo deadlines.
Obviously not.
Right. But by late October, that exact phrase becomes a high-anxiety search query. And if your website's content matches the specific time-bound things people are looking for...
You show up.
Exactly. Your business has a significantly better chance of showing up right when their motivation to buy is at its absolute peak.
Which makes me want to ask you, the listener, to think about your own industry for a second. What are your demand cycles? When does your target audience suddenly wake up with a very specific set of urgent questions?
Every business has a fall rush of some kind.
They really do. A tax accountant has April. A fitness coach has January. Every business has that moment where their clients are highly motivated to act. The trick is catching that wave.
Catching it early.
Right. I always compare seasonal marketing to surfing. You cannot paddle out when the wave is already crashing directly on top of you. It is too late. You are just going to get pummeled by the white water.
Oh, absolutely. The source emphasizes that the absolute best time to start planning this fall content is now.
Before you are completely buried.
Yeah, because once you are in the thick of it, juggling sessions, editing deliverables, answering a flood of client emails, updating your website is the very first thing that falls off your to-do list.
So the water, in the surfing analogy, represents that flood of client communication that drags you under.
Exactly. And a highly elegant solution to this is turning your most frequently asked client questions into evergreen blog posts.
How so?
Well, think about the repetitive friction points in a business. If clients are constantly emailing a photographer to ask what they should wear, that photographer should write a dedicated, comprehensive blog post titled, "What to Wear for Fall Family Photos."
Oh, I see.
Or if they are always asking about the best backdrop with the nicest leaves, write best fall photo locations in your city.
It seems almost too simple.
It does, but the reason it works is twofold. First, psychologically, it makes the client feel incredibly prepared. You are anticipating their anxiety and soothing it before they even have to ask.
Okay, and the second reason?
Mechanically, it does the heavy lifting for your search engine optimization. What to wear for fall family photos isn't just a question sitting in your email inbox. It is exactly what thousands of people are typing into Google.
Oh, wow. So when you write a detailed answer to that question, Search engines recognize your site as an authoritative resource.
Exactly. You are creating a piece of content that serves your existing booked clients while simultaneously functioning as a magnet to pull in brand new ones.
Wait, if I'm just educating them about autumn leaves and outfits, how do I actually make money? Doesn't this mean I abandon my promotions?
I get why you'd ask that.
I mean, if a mother lands on my site to read about sweaters, reads the article, and leaves, I've made $0. Where is the actual hire me part of this strategy? I need a concrete example of how this doesn't just turn me into a free encyclopedia.
This raises an important question, and it is a very common trap. But the distinction here is between soft selling and hard selling. You absolutely do not abandon your promotions.
Okay.
The problem with making every single post a hard pitch, just screaming, book now, 10% off, is that it fatigues your audience. They tune it out.
Sure. Nobody wants to be sold to constantly.
Right. So the strategy here is to educate first, build desire, and then pivot. You talk about the crisp fall weather, the vibrant colors, the timing of the golden hour.
Painting a picture.
Exactly. You describe the relaxed experience they are going to have and the beautiful finished product they will get to keep. You are building the value.
But how does that turn into a transaction?
Through what we call anchor content. At the very end of that highly valuable educational post about sweaters and color palettes, you pivot to the soft sell.
Ah, I see.
You guide the reader. You end with a simple, natural call to action. Something like, ready to plan your fall session? Contact us today to reserve your date.
So it feels organic.
Completely. These educational blogs act as the anchor. They are a valuable, non-threatening entry point. A potential client clicks on the post because they want free advice. But once they are on your page, realizing you are an expert.
They trust you.
Yes, and that anchor content naturally links out to your landing pages for limited time mini sessions or special promotional events. You are still selling. You are just wrapping the pitch in an incredibly helpful package.
Okay, so you lure them in with the answer to their problem and then present your service as the ultimate solution to execute that answer.
Precisely.
Here's where it gets really interesting, because creating all this highly specific, well-written content sounds exhausting, especially if we're supposed to do this right as we gear up for our busiest season.
It can be.
I love the exact phrase the source used to describe this. A blog post should be treated like a Swiss Army knife. It is a multi-tool. Personally, I like to think of it like a Thanksgiving turkey.
A Thanksgiving turkey.
Yeah, you don't just spend all day cooking this massive bird to eat it exactly once and throw the rest away. You carve it up. You turn it into turkey sandwiches the next day.
Oh, I like that.
You make turkey soup over the weekend. You make turkey hash for breakfast on Monday. You stretch that one massive effort into days or even weeks of value.
That is a perfect analogy. The goal is to ensure one single blog post does the work of 5 different marketing assets.
Right. How do we actually do that?
Let's break down the mechanics. You spend the time writing that one definitive 1,000-word blog post on what to wear for fall family photos. You publish it on your site. You have cooked the turkey.
Now we carve it.
Exactly. You pull the first paragraph, maybe tweak the greeting, and use it as an email broadcast to your list of upcoming clients.
Right.
Then you take 3 bullet points from the middle of the post, say the tips about avoiding neon colors, and turn them into an Instagram caption paired with a great photo.
So that's 2 assets already.
Right. Then you drop a link to the full article into the automated reminder email that goes out the week before a client's shoot. You format the core advice into a PDF to include in your polished session prep guide.
Oh, wow.
And all the while, the original post is sitting on your website, acting as a seasonal SEO page capturing organic search traffic. You wrote the core ideas once, but you deployed them across 5 different touch points.
Each serving a different stage of the client journey.
Exactly.
It is working overtime. And there's another really smart way to generate this content without feeling like you are writing a term paper from scratch every time, which is sharing past events.
Yes, client features. Taking a session you already shot last year and breaking it down.
So you write up a post about who the session was for, where it took place, what made it special.
And your favorite moments from the shoot.
Right. Psychologically, it allows future clients to literally picture themselves working with you. They see real people having a great time, not models, and they see the great results. But the technical benefit here is what really caught my eye.
The technical benefit is massive, specifically for local SEO. Let's explain how local SEO actually works under the hood.
Please do.
When a search engine bot crawls your website, it doesn't see beautiful photographs. it reads text strings, and it looks for relationships between words to figure out who you are and who it should show your website to.
Okay.
When you write a feature about a past client session, you naturally inject highly specific geographic keywords into the text. You aren't just putting a header that says, "I take photos." You are writing a narrative.
Like, we had an amazing time shooting this family session at Centennial Park, right here in downtown Austin.
Exactly. And the algorithm connects the concept of family session with the specific location, Centennial Park.
The bot connects the dots.
Yes. It creates a geographic web connecting it to the broader region of downtown Austin. Without sounding like a keyword-stuffed robot, you have just given the search engine highly localized data.
So when someone in your area searches for Austin family photographer at Centennial Park,
The search engine ranks you higher because you have organic, localized content that proves you actively work in that specific radius. It is optimization masked as a beautiful client story.
so we know what to write, the FAQs, the past events. We know how to reuse it so we aren't wasting effort, the Thanksgiving turkey method.
Right.
But let's be real. Staring at a blinking cursor on a blank white screen is still the hardest part of this entire process. Let's look at the actual timeline for getting this out into the world.
Structure really is the antidote to overwhelm. A content calendar does not require you to post every single day.
Thank goodness.
If you map it to the escalating psychological state of the consumer, a sparse timeline is actually more effective. Let's outline the source's simple timeline.
It tracks the buyer's journey perfectly.
Yes. In early August, the consumer isn't frantic yet. They might just be casually thinking about the fall. So you publish a post simply announcing your fall session availability.
Just planting your flag in the ground.
Exactly. By mid-August, they are starting back-to-school shopping. So you drop the what to wear for fall photos post.
Catching them while they're already buying clothes, that's clever.
Early September, the weather starts turning and they are wondering where to go. So you publish the best local fall photo locations.
And then late September is when the window starts closing.
Yep. You put out a reminder that fall mini sessions are happening. In October, full-blown panic sets in. You hit them with the urgency holiday card photo deadlines.
And finally, November.
Right. When the dust settles, you pivot to Thanksgiving or year-end portrait ideas. It is only 6 pieces of core content, but it matches their anxiety levels at every single step.
So what does this all mean? Can I just click a button, let the PhotoBiz AI blog creator write all of these, and go take a nap?
Well, it is tempting.
I mean, 12 seconds and done, right?
Not quite. The PhotoBiz AI blog creator is incredibly powerful, but there's a crucial caveat regarding how you use artificial intelligence.
There's the catch.
If you just ask a generic language model to write a blog post about fall photos, it is going to hallucinate generic, corporate-sounding fluff. It will say things like, "Fall is a time for leaves and joy." Ugh, that sounds terrible.
It does, because it lacks context.
Right.
The key mechanical difference with this specific AI tool is how it handles the context window. The blog creator actually pulls information directly from your existing business profile.
Well, so it knows who you are.
Exactly. It feeds your specific business name, your location, your service types, and your brand details into the AI before it generates a single word.
That's a game changer.
It mathematically narrows the probability distribution of the words the AI chooses, forcing it to sound more like you. It can brainstorm titles, build a draft from scratch, expand on a single bullet point you wrote.
Or rewrite sections that sound clunky using your actual business context.
Yes, it breaks the inertia of the blank page. But, and this is important, it is not a replacement for authenticity.
You still have to do some work.
The absolute best results still require your personal touch. AI cannot replicate your unique brand voice entirely. It cannot provide your actual proprietary images, and it certainly does not know the deeply human, real details of your client's stories. Right. If you copy and paste raw AI output, even with business context, your audience will eventually feel a disconnect.
Exactly. Keep it simple. Every post needs a clear title, genuinely helpful advice, relevant local keywords, your own strong images, and a simple call to action telling them what next step they should take.
So it is a co-pilot, not an autopilot. You have to keep your hands on the wheel.
Focus on the reader's needs. The AI gets you 80% of the way there in seconds. It builds the structure and fills the blank page. But you have to apply the final 20% of humanity to make the piece actually convert a reader into a paying client.
You have to breathe life into it. And if we look at the whole journey we've just mapped out today, it really is a masterclass in behavioral economics masquerading as a content strategy.
It really is.
We started by mapping out the seasonal demand cycle, Recognizing that consumer needs, anxieties, and search queries drastically change as the calendar turns from summer to fall.
And we explored how to capture that specific demand by using client FAQs to create soft-selling anchor content. Instead of just shouting for people to buy your services, you educate the client.
Right. You soothe their anxieties about locations and outfits and organically guide them down a funnel toward booking.
We made sure we weren't working ourselves to death by taking that one piece of valuable content and carving it up like a Thanksgiving turkey.
Repurposing it into emails, social posts, and prep guides.
And we grounded all of this in a highly targeted timeline that tracks the escalating panic of the buyer.
While using context-aware AI tools to overcome the terror of the blank page without losing the human element that actually builds trust.
Exactly.
So for you, the listener, the application is clear. Whether you are a photographer looking at the autumn rush, a financial consultant prepping for tax season, or a retailer looking at Black Friday, aligning your specialized knowledge with your audience's seasonal panic moments is the ultimate shortcut to being seen as an indispensable expert.
You want to be the person who already has the answer waiting for them.
Right when they wake up in a cold sweat realizing they have a problem.
I want to leave you with a final thought to ponder, something that builds directly on these strategies.
Let's hear it.
At the very end of the season, the source suggests doing a blog post titled, "A Look Back at Our Favorite Fall Sessions." It is a nice recap for your audience, but what if you applied that look-back strategy to your own back-end analytics?
Oh, turning the lens on your own business.
Yes. As you pack away your seasonal content and finally take a breath, open your website analytics. Look at the actual data. Ask yourself, which specific piece of repurposed content actually drove the most calendar bookings?
Wow, yeah. Was it the what to wear email broadcast?
Or was it the local SEO post about Centennial Park? Was it the simple Instagram caption pulled from an FAQ?
Finding that specific answer allows you to stop guessing next year.
Exactly. You can mathematically double down on the exact format, the exact phrasing, and the exact channel that successfully turned your audience's seasonal curiosity into actual paying commitment.
That is how you ride the wave instead of getting crushed by it. You anticipate the swell, you paddle out early with the right content, and you let the system do the heavy lifting. Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive. We'll catch you on the next one.
The Focus Shift podcast is presented by PhotoBiz, the best website solution for photographers. Whether you're launching your site or scaling your online business, PhotoBiz has your back. To get started for free, visit photobiz.com today.